What happens when a $4 billion jewelry empire built on royal glamour and family passion slips through its own heirs' hands? The Cartier legacy wasn't lost to rivals, it was lost from within. Want to know the truth behind this stunning fall? Watch to uncover the real story. Chapter 1. The Red Box That Rules the World. When you see a small red box with gold trim, you don't just see jewelry, you see power, prestige, and a legacy that has shaped the world of luxury for over a century. This is the Cartier Red Box, a symbol that stops conversations and turns heads the moment it appears. But behind this glamorous exterior lies a story far more complex than sparkling diamonds and royal endorsements. It's a tale of ambition, brilliance, and ultimately a family empire quietly unraveling from within. Cartier's red box is the ultimate status symbol. It signals wealth that few can comprehend and craftsmanship that few can match. Celebrities, royalty, and billionaires covet what it holds. Yet, the Cartier family's journey to this pinnacle was anything but easy. It was forged through grit, vision, and strategic brilliance, and later lost through complacency and division. Chapter 2. From Dirty Hands to Diamond Deals. Next, rewind to 1819 Paris and meet Louis-François Cartier, the man who built this empire from scratch. Born into poverty as the son of a metalworker, Louis-François learned his trade in a harsh workshop under Adolphe Picard. The conditions were brutal, long hours, relentless demands, and little recognition. But Cartier wasn't just learning jewelry making. He was learning how to wield jewelry as a tool of power. Jewelry was never just decoration for Cartier. It was a language of status and influence. In 1847, he took a bold step and bought Picard's workshop. Then, in 1853, he moved his business to the Place du Palais Royal, the heart of Paris's elite district. This wasn't just a change of address, it was a strategic move to place Cartier where the rich and powerful gathered. The turning point came in 1856, when Princess Mathilde, cousin to Napoleon III, needed her necklace repaired. Cartier was called in. Suddenly, Cartier was no longer just a jeweler. It was the jeweler to royalty. Chapter 3. Royal Access Granted. Cartier's rise in Napoleon III's Paris was about more than craftsmanship. It was about social navigation. Fixing Princess Mathilde's necklace opened doors to a world of privilege and influence. Soon, Cartier was commissioned by Empress Eugénie and other European aristocrats. This royal endorsement was the ultimate seal of approval. It wasn't just about making beautiful jewelry anymore. It was about prestige, exclusivity, and being the choice of kings and queens. The business flourished, and in 1874, Louis-François passed the reins to his son Alfred, who was ready to expand the royal legacy even further. However, the real transformation occurred with Alfred's three sons, Louis, Pierre, and Jacques, who expanded Cartier's global reach. Chapter 4. The Brothers Who Conquered the World. Meet the three brothers who didn't just inherit Cartier, they were pioneers who divided the globe like a chessboard and played to win. Louis stayed in Europe, becoming the artistic genius behind Cartier's most iconic designs. He pioneered the use of platinum, created the legendary tank watch, and designed mysterious clocks that seemed to defy time itself. Pierre conquered America with unmatched business savvy. He famously traded a pearl necklace for a mansion on Fifth Avenue and acquired the legendary Hope Diamond. Under Pierre's leadership, Cartier became the go-to jeweler for America's new money elite. Jacques ventured into the British Empire and India, bringing back exotic gems and creating the vibrant Tutti Frutti collection, a dazzling blend of East meets West. Together, these brothers transformed Cartier from a Parisian jeweler into a global empire, a symbol of wealth and refined taste across continents. Chapter 5. Jeweler of Kings, King of Jewelers. Let's dive into Cartier's golden age as the jeweler of kings. Their clientele included monarchs, maharajas, empresses, and Hollywood legends. King Edward VII famously called Cartier the jeweler of kings and the king of jewelers. This was no empty praise. Cartier crafted jewels for the most powerful and glamorous figures in history. One of the most famous pieces was the Hope Diamond, a deep blue gem with a mysterious history acquired by Pierre Cartier and displayed in New York. Then, there was the Patiala necklace, commissioned by the Maharaja of Patiala, a masterpiece worth $1 billion today. This necklace, dazzled with diamonds and emeralds, symbolizes immense wealth and cultural heritage. Cartier's creations weren't just jewelry, they were statements of power, legacy, and ambition. Grace Kelly, Elizabeth Taylor, and the Duke of Windsor all wore Cartier, cementing the brand's place in the world of luxury and celebrity. Chapter 6. War, Wealth, and Reinvention. Cartier's story during the first half of the 20th century is a masterclass in adaptation. The world was rocked by revolutions, economic depressions, and two devastating world wars. Yet Cartier managed not only to survive, but to thrive. How? By following the money, and doing so with remarkable precision and boldness. When the Russian Revolution wiped out the fortunes of many nobles, Cartier shifted focus to the Indian Maharajas, who were eager patrons of luxury. During the Great Depression, they pivoted again, turning their attention to wealthy American tycoons who were rising in power and influence. Even through World War II, Cartier's elite clientele changed, but the brand's allure never faded. This ability to reinvent itself in the face of global chaos kept Cartier at the pinnacle of luxury for decades. It wasn't just about making beautiful jewelry, it was about reading the world's shifting centers of wealth and positioning the brand right where the money was flowing. This strategic flexibility was Cartier's secret weapon, allowing it to maintain its elite status even when the world was anything but stable. Chapter 7. The Death of the Dynasty. The war years also marked a tragic turning point for the Cartier family itself. Louis and Jacques Cartier, two of the three brothers who had built the empire, died within a year of each other during World War II. Their deaths were not just personal losses, they struck at the very heart of the company's leadership and creative spirit. Pierre Cartier was left to carry the empire largely on his own. Without the combined genius and energy of his brothers, the business began to lose its cohesion. The synergy that had driven Cartier's golden age fractured, and the company's direction became uncertain. Pierre struggled to maintain the momentum, but the loss of his brothers was a blow from which the family business never fully recovered. Chapter 8. The heirs who didn't want the throne. Let's pause here and consider the fourth generation, the heirs who inherited a vast fortune but lacked the hunger and ambition that had fueled their predecessors. Unlike their forebears, this generation saw Cartier more as a source of income than a legacy to be nurtured and expanded. The passion that had once driven the Cartier empire gave way to complacency. Ski vacations and leisurely lifestyles replaced boardroom battles and visionary leadership. Disunity grew among the family branches spread across Paris, London, and New York, turning what was once a tightly knit family business into disconnected entities. This lack of drive and cohesion left Cartier vulnerable. The empire that had dazzled kings, maharajas, and movie stars was now at risk of falling apart from within. Chapter 9. Selling the Soul of Cartier. The decline culminated in the painful process of selling off Cartier's global branches. Starting in the 1960s and continuing through the 1970s, the Cartier family began to sell their global branches one by one. Claude Cartier sold the New York branch in 1962, followed by Paris in 1972 and London in 1974. By 1979, the family had been completely ousted from the company they had built over more than a century. This piecemeal selling wasn't just a business decision, it was the end of an era. The Cartier name lived on, but the family's control and vision were gone. The brand was now in the hands of outsiders, marking the final chapter in the Cartier family's direct involvement. Chapter 10. Legacy without a last name. Finally, let's look at Cartier's second life under corporate stewardship. Today, Cartier thrives as a global luxury powerhouse, boasting over 200 stores in 125 countries and a brand value soaring into tens of billions of dollars. But there's one thing missing Cartier at the helm. Since Richemont, the Swiss luxury conglomerate, acquired full ownership by 2012, Cartier has been managed professionally, with a focus on global expansion and brand preservation. The family's legacy is now preserved through letters, memoirs, and stories rather than hands-on leadership. Richemont's acquisition was a game-changer. The conglomerate's strategy to acquire heritage-rich brands and invest in their growth has made Cartier one of the most valuable names in luxury today. Yet, the story remains bittersweet, an empire built by obsession and family passion, now run by corporations and remembered through history rather than family. The Cartier family's story shows that even the brightest empires can crumble without passion and unity. Wealth alone isn't enough. Preserving a legacy demands relentless drive and dedication. Want more stories that take you inside the world of luxury, power, and legacy? Hit subscribe and join us for your next journey into the world of dreams and decadence. Thanks for watching.